All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to fourth race of our inaugural FireRed LeafGreen any percent tournament. I have with me today. I'm Iron. With me today, Kid Rocker. How's it
Hello,
going, Kid
hello.
Rocker?
I'm doing pretty well. How about you, Iron?
Not too bad. And we have a pretty good race coming up, featuring Machwing, our Pot 1 runner, Ciegs, our Pot 2 runner, and Lovesickhero, our Pot 3 runner. Anything you want to add before we start off, Kid Rocker?
This is going to be an interesting race just for the fact that we have a Charmander runner in this race.
Yes. Very interesting to show the differences between the Squirtle route and the Charmander route. Okay.
We are
Should be
going to
getting going.
start.
Yep.
And they're off.
There we go. Yep. So as always for this tournament, all our runners will have Manipped a starter before the race, and that's so that we actually can get our actual race, because this manipulation is very difficult to hit. One person, let alone three. So all the runners might be trying for the manip, but in all likelihood, at least one of them will be going with the backup. So I think on screen we have the backups already shown.
So far, we have Machwings and Ciegs. Looks like they're still trying to get up Lovesicks. So for Machwings, he has a really decent Squirtle. The only thing I'd say would be better is to have a little bit higher speed. But other than that, that's a really decent Squirtle. Same thing for Ciegs. Only a better attack and defense would be nice. I'm not too sure about the Charmander. That would be more for you.
Yep. So yeah, this Charmander is not bad. So for Charmander, attack is a little more important. And I would say speed is a little bit less important, although for the route that I believe Lovesick will be using, better speed is good, and obviously the faster you are, the better in most cases for these runs. So the HP is a little low as well, but overall it should be pretty decent for this race for Lovesick.
So it doesn't look like any of them went for the manip. Looks like all of them went straight towards the starter and then collect him and reset.
Yep. So this first fight, it is possible to lose this fight. I have lost this fight playing with both Charmander and Squirtle. It is a little bit more likely to lose with Charmander because you have a little bit less defense, and as a Charmander versus the Squirtle. So most cases, if you get crit as a Charmander, like Lovesick did right there, that could be problematic for him. Oh, he crit right back. That's perfect. Generally, you want to have no crits from the opponent. Wow, there's another crit by
These
that
crits
Squirtle.
are coming in a lot.
Unfortunately, I think Ciegs got a growl from the Bulbasaur, and that really does a number to your defense. He's actually going to go for a Tail Whip here to give himself a little bit of a better shot of knocking it out faster. You do get a little bit of extra text from both, though. looks like Machwing had a pretty smooth fight as well. Didn't see anything out of the ordinary
Machwing
there.
just got straight up tackles for everything. No misses, no nothing.
Perfect.
So it was pretty simple fight to start off. Now here we have Machwing get a level 4 Pidgey, which is pretty bad because we can't even 3-shot that, even with his attack. And right now we have Lovesick killing a level 3 rat. Do you want to explain the differences between Charmander and Squirtle with the beginning route?
Yeah, so with Squirtle, you want to knock out one wild, level 2 or level 3. Usually you'd go for, unless you have really good attack as a Squirtle, you go for a level 2 or 3 rat or a level 2 bird. If you have good attack like Machwing does, he'll probably go for level 3 bird as well, if he sees it. With the Charmander, you have to knock out 2 things. Possibly 3. There's a nice crit there, I think. Although I don't know if that mattered. I wasn't paying attention to the first roll. But with the Charmander route, you want to get Ember before Viridian Forest, because that you're gonna have to knock out a few extra trainers in there. They will be catching pokes here as well when they get Pokeballs. The Squirtle will try to catch both a rat and a bird. If they don't get either of them, they're backups later. The Charmander is a bit different. You'll want to catch one of the 2. The other HM, either cut or fly, actually ends up going on Charmander or Charmeleon / Charizard later on. So you only need to catch one thing in this route. You do pick up the Lapras later on from Sylph or Surf.
So now we have Machwing getting back to Oak for giving him the Parcel. We have Lovesick going back down Route 1. And we have Ciegs just getting out of the mart. Machwing's got a pretty decent lead, but he also doesn't have any experience from any encounters, while Lovesick went and got one of his experience. Or did he get 2?
He hit level 7, so I think he might have gotten both.
And then we have Lovesick doing the meme and going back Oak. An interesting play right there. We'll see how it pans out.
Yeah, that's actually faster in the OG games, red, blue, and yellow. You don't have to go behind in red and blue, but in yellow it's faster to go behind, I believe.
Yes, in yellow it's faster because Pikachu also takes up the tile, while red it's...
Machwing got a level 5 bird. He couldn't run from it the first turn, so he's getting pretty unlucky on the encounters.
So he got a level 4 bird and then a level 5 bird. That's really unlucky.
At 5 is a 1%, right?
Not too sure. I think it is. Okay. So the reason that he's fighting the level 3 now is with his attack. If you're over 21 IV in attack with Machwing Squirtle, he'll be able to 3-shot the Pidgey. Or now he's catching it. It all depends on what you decide to do. Now he is going to have to kill something in a forest. Most likely going to be a level 3 or 4 Caterpie. Because he does not have experience yet.
You see, Lovesick got crit again by this rat. He's going to catch the rat here. He did camp for it. The reason being is you actually would want to catch a rat. Well, he's getting pretty unlucky in the breakouts too. Because you ideally want to put Fly on Charmander because that adds a bit more flexibility in the mid-game. Because you teach Cut before you teach Fly, so the move slot you teach Cut over, you could be using that move in the meantime before you get Fly. And that adds a little bit of flexibility.
So as you can see, Ciegs actually killed one of his encounters to get to level 7 there. He's trying to get Bubble early so that he doesn't have to deal with tackle misses and he does more damage to the Weedle for Sammy. Makes the fight a lot more consistent.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I didn't see how many how many catches Siegs got. Did you see how many he caught?
Siegs got 1, I think, maybe 2.
I think Machwing has 1 as well.
Machwing grabbing the tree antidote. Interesting play there. We'll see if he's gonna grab the antidote that you normally grab here or not.
Like he will.
And he is. So he's going safety with the extra antidote. I'm curious to see how many potions each runner is going to grab, because we found out before the tournament that there are 3 potions that you can grab in Forest. There's one off to the right next to where Lovesick is in the grass. There's one before Sammy that's hidden, and then there's one that's before Sammy off to the right that's not hidden. So
and you see it actually,
like...
yeah, Machwing's fighting a bug in the forest. He did not kill anything on Route 1.
Ooh, and he gets the tackle miss too. So you got him facing a level 5 Caterpie. You got Lovesick facing the trainers in one of the first bug catcher in Forest.
Yeah, so with Charmander, you can't really beat Brock until you get Metal Claw at level... Well, you get Metal Claw in the fight after you beat Brock's Geodude. So in order to get to that point, you need to defeat 3 bug catchers in the forest on top of the mandatory, which is Sammy at the very end. And having Ember for the first one is very good, because you don't really want to be scratching the Weedle because it has Poison Sting, and it can do a number on you with that. So having Ember is nice, and having low HP isn't a big issue because Charmander just outspeeds. 1 hits everything with Ember.
And here we have Machwing getting a 1% encounter. And he's about now even with Siegs getting up to the Sammy fight.
Yeah, so 1% encounter is if you get... there's several different... well, the main place you get a 1% encounter is if you get an encounter immediately after another, or even after, I believe after a trainer battle as well.
Correct.
Within, I believe is it 7 grass tiles?
So it's 6 in normal routes, 7 in the forest, and 8 in caves.
Gotcha. I think both our Squirrel Runners saved for Sammy as well.
Yes, they did. Both of them
even though they have
saved,
bubble.
And they both have bubble strats.
Machwing really wants to get poisoned here. So you ideally want to get poisoned by this Weedle, because you want to have a low HP going into Brock's gym, because that makes Liam, the first trainer, and the trainer you have to fight there, faster, albeit a bit riskier. And also having low HP for Brock is good as well, because you can have faster fights there as well.
So Machwing decides to do a turn frame to pick up that potion, and gets the 1% encounter on the way out of the forest. Machwing is now at full HP, heading out of the forest, while Siegs over here has poison, which he'll use to get into Torrent. So Torrent is ability by Squirtle. It's the same thing as Blaze for Charmander. If you're equal to or below 1/3 of your HP, you'll do 1.5 times more damage with specific water moves. So any water move that you use, you'll do 1.5 more damage. And then for Blaze, it's 1.5 to fire moves.
Yes.
So we got Siegs over here saving for Liam. Did Machwing save or no?
I'm not sure, but he got a crit on the Geodude. Which, that Geodude does not go down in 1 hit normally without a critical, unless you're in Torrent, obviously. So that helps a little bit. Obviously, this Sandshrew is kind of rough because it'll be 3 or 4 hits without Torrent. So he wants to see Defense Curl Scratch isn't too bad to see here because he does have high HP. He'd like to get as close to Torrent as, or get into lower-ish HP. He doesn't want to get too low, obviously, but having some damage there is totally fine. And Sand Attack, which is the worst move, 3.
Sand Attack is definitely rough on that fight. I don't know how many runs I've seen die to Sand Attack misses. And we got Machwing over here saving for Brock.
Siegs got a little bit better of a Liam fight. He was in Torrent, so he two-shot the Sandshrew. He did get level 11 after the Liam fight, which he missed out on a tiny little bit of experience. Normally with the extra experience for Bubble, you do get level 11, which makes Brock's Geodude pretty high chance to one-hit without Torrent. But he's not in Torrent anyways, or he is in Torrent, so he should be fine anyway. So you also see Lovesick here on the right. He's taking the center after the forest. That just makes Brock a little bit safer. You do take quite a bit of damage from his Onyx, and you can go in without healing but at the center, but that's just more of a safety play. Save him some potions.
And Siegs does get the range. That is a 9 and 16 range on that Onyx with Torrent. So Siegs is going to be heading into Route 3 just out, or just barely in Torrent. So he's going to have a pretty quick Route 3.
And Machwing was stalling a little bit with Withdraw. You do want to leave Brock ideally with Torrent because a lot of the pokes you're going to fight later on Route 3 are going to be 2 shots without Torrent and 1 shot Swift, so you want to enter with as low HP as possible. Machwing will be temporarily in Torrent as well with 12 of 36, which is exactly 1/3.
So Siegs exits Brock at a 15-12. And it looks like Machwing is going to be leaving him with a 15-40-ish. $15.31. So not terrible Brock times, but not great either. Definitely could be faster.
So Lovesick's doing Brock now. So what you do on Brock with Charmander is you Ember the Geodude. It's 4 or 5 hits depending on your special attack. With his special attack, it'll be 4. If he gets a burn, it can go a little bit faster. He wants to be as full health as possible going into Onyx, because Onyx will use Rock Tomb turn 1 because he's you're faster than the Onyx. So what Lovesick will do here, he should do, if he wants to be safe at all, he'll Growl turn 1 here on Onyx to lower the Rock Tomb damage, and then he'll spam Metal Claw, which is a 4 hit on the Onyx. He'll probably heal here as well, because Rock Tomb will kill from 12.
So as we go into Route 3, we want to keep Torrent throughout Route 3 because it makes it so that every water gun will one-shot everything. So we're going to use this first fight to try and get deeper into Torrent with either the first Caterpie or the last Caterpie, depending on your HP. And it looks like Siegs is going to be using the second Caterpie to get deeper into Torrent to keep it throughout Route 3.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to stall the next fight for sure. Yeah, so one for Bubble here. Lovesick getting a little unlucky on Onyx. He got a bunch of Rock Tomb hits. He had to keep. It was in a heal loop pretty much. He had to keep healing with the potion to make sure the Onyx stopped using Rock Tomb. You can chance it and go for the Rock Tomb miss, but this is a race. We want to play safe and get through Onyx relatively cleanly.
So the reason that we don't want to stall on this next fight is because the bug catcher Greg has a Weedle, Caterpie, a Metapod, and a Kakuna. That Metapod and Kakuna only know Harden, and you will only one-shot them if you are in Torrent. And then the Caterpie and Weedle die to a water gun out of Torrent. So you definitely don't want to stall on this fight. It will take a lot more time lost than if you stalled on the first fight.
I believe one of them is a range or a range without Torrent, I think. Maybe the Weedle. I I'm not 100% sure.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
But
You're very
we
likely
see-
to knock them out without, yeah.
We see Lovesick exit the Brock fight at a sub 18 minute. And now he's just going to stomp through this Route 3 with fire moves, burn down all the bugs that are in his way.
Yeah, so this route, there's a couple options. The Squirtle runners will be fighting Bug Catcher Greg because it's much easier to deal with the bugs. Well, actually, I wouldn't say it's easy. Well, I think it might be a bit easier to deal with them, but you also need that experience from the bugs. The Charmander, you kind of have a couple options. You could either fight that bug catcher, or you can fight the last above him. And I believe Lovesick, I'm not sure what Lovesick will be doing. There's a route that I was putting together that fought the bug catcher, but there's another route that was considered to be a little bit faster, which fights the last. We'll see what Lovesick does here.
So we do see Ciegs grabbing the Person Berry, which we will be using for Misty, because Misty has Water Pulse, and it very much likes to confuse you. So you see Ciegs, he's going to go equip the Person Berry now, even though we're going to be wanting to use it for Misty. He's going to register the TM case and then use a Repel. The TM case is so that we can bag manip a lot easier. And then it looks like he's either going to be going for Rocket, Hiker, or Josh for the fight in Mount Moon for extra EXP.
Yep, looks like I would say Machwing will probably go for Josh. He'll probably save for Josh as well, based on his HP. I didn't see what Ciegs' HP was. Oh, he's gonna save and also fight Josh. We also just saw Machwing do a run to walk manip on that scientist spinner. And so what that does is it causes the spinner to look in a specific direction, and then while you're running, and then you can just safely walk past it, which is an alternative to passing spinners versus a bag manip.
So it does look like Lovesick did face the last
yes.
in Route 3. So what does that do for the route in general, facing the last?
Yeah, so the what he'll do is he'll be fighting Rival 2 at level 17, which is a little bit more difficult. However, he will likely be doing an early Misty strat with this run, where he will get enough experience to fight Misty early. If you fought the Bug Catcher, you get a higher level for the Rival 2, but then you can't do Misty early because you don't have the rare candies to use. So you use the rare candies at different times. It's not too much different. Early Misty's probably a bit faster, though. Did we just lose sound there?
We are on Ciegs audio, but it seems
it's a bit quiet.
Quiet. Gonna turn up his audio a bit. There we go. That seems better.
Now it looks like I think Ciegs and Lovesick both bought 4 repels in Pewter. You'd only really need 3 for Mount Moon. However, getting a 4th allows you to get the Mount Moon Revive. And a Revive is a very useful item because it allows you to effectively get a free death if you lose to, say, Rival 2 or Misty or something like that. So it's a good safety play for instance. So Machwing and Ciegs are both on the rocket, the mandatory rocket trainer.
And then Lovesick is now bag manipping the rocket spinner, so he's not that far behind.
No,
he's about to come up to this fight that both Ciegs and Machwing are in.
So Lovesick got his extra experience in the forest versus all the bugs because they're much easier to deal with, whereas Ciegs and Machwing had to fight one optional trainer in Mount Moon, which in this case was youngster Josh, for the extra experience.
So we see Siegs here saving for the super nerd. We got Machwing getting poison gas miss.
And I think Lovesick just hit a 10 and 16 range, or 9 and 16 range on that Zubat. It is not a guarantee to die in Blaze. Having Torrent for the nerd fight is very useful for our Squirtle runners as well, because it saves a bunch of turns. The Voltorb and the Coughing go for being 2 hits, or even 3 hits, I think. Well, maybe not 3, but definitely 2 hits to 1-hit ranges. So that Voltorb is a 9 and 16 range, and the Coughing is a 14 and 16 range with Torrent.
So, is there any ranges that are going to be going through with Lovesick using the Charmander route?
On this fight, he actually, I believe, used the wrong move on Grimer, so he wasn't in Blaze. He should have gone Ember twice, unless he was short Embers, which you can be low if you end up using extras. But the Voltorb and the Coughing are both guaranteed to go down in Blaze, so he doesn't need to do anything here. He can just spam Ember and win the fight. He will take some poison damage. I don't know why he's antidoting in fight though, unless no, he should be fine.
So it looks like both Machwing and Siegs only have one HM friend, but Siegs has a rat while Machwing has a bird. It seems like Siegs thought he caught a bird earlier, so he's gonna have to go for the lower percentage bird encounter here.
Oh, that's interesting. Usually you go for the bird on Route 3 because they're a little more common. Like you get Spearow and Pidgey, whereas here you only get Spearow.
And Machwing does get a Sandshrew, so that is going to be time saved for later. The reason
Siegs just crit a bird as well.
Ooh. The reason that's time save is because you can teach strength to the Sandshrew instead of teaching it to your Blastoise, which then you have to go over teaching over something, which is even more time loss. It's a lot easier just to teach it to Sandshrew and be done and over with. And it looks like Siegs has gotten 4 or 5 encounters since he crit that bird, finally getting another Spearow. That's going to be some time loss for him.
We also didn't talk about the move that our runners are going to be teaching their starters on Route 4, which is Mega Kick. And Mega Kick is a really awful move. It's very strong. It's 120 base power, but it has 75% accuracy. And we got a little donation thing going on to the prize pot as well as charity for Mega Kick misses. So we'll see how many our runners get here. Lovesick will also be teaching Mega Punch to his Charmander. There is an option to skip Mega Punch, but I believe his route, this route, requires Mega Punch. Mega Punch is less powerful and also a little more accurate, but still can miss. It's be very annoying when it does.
I'm not sure about the power. I know that the accuracy is 10% higher, so Mega Kick is 75%, Mega Punch is 85%.
Yeah, it's 85 power, I think, on Mega Punch, pretty sure. 85. Okay, Machwing is on Starmie, or on Misty rather. So Starmie is a range to 2-hit with Bite. So most of the time you'll be using Tackle turn 2 to, because otherwise Misty heals. That's just really slow if you have to go that route. And the Staryu is also a range to 2-hit, but it's much more likely to hit than the Starmie.
So we got Machwing with a 27-37 Misty, which is not a terrible time. We got Siegs, who is now teaching Bite over Bubble, and we have Lovesick, who's actually going into the Rival 2 fight.
Yeah, because Charmeleon cannot at all take on Misty at this point, so we go for the Nugget Bridge first. Now, this Pidgeotto is a little bit irritating because you generally take the center before Rival 2. You are at full health for this fight, and Pidgeotto loves to use Sand Attack when you're at full HP. So what he's going to do is he's going to use... You can either Mega Kick this thing twice or Ember it 3 times. You generally want to switch and... Oh, he's actually just going to go straight ahead and knock it out, even though he got Sand Attacked. A safe play you could do is switch out right before you're about to knock out the Pidgeotto to get rid of the attack or accuracy drop from the Pidgeotto. It looks like he's just going to go for... Unless he didn't get Sand Attack, and I just didn't see that at all.
From the looks of it, Ciegs missed the Staryu range, but then crit it to make up for missing that range. So now Misty has used the Super Potion, and then he gets crit. So now he won't have to deal with Misty healing with the Starmie. And it looks like Machwing has gotten 2 Mega Kick misses so far. First,
and he got Leech Seed.
He got Sleep Powder miss into Sleep Powder and then Leech Seed. He's going for the second bite on the Bulba, and he dies.
Yeah, he was going for the flinch there.
Gonna have to use his revive here. Did you see if Lovesick picked up revive or not?
He did. He actually fainted to the Squirtle and used it.
Oh.
He did get... I believe he did get Sand Attacked. He just went... He didn't bother switching. Because most of the time, even if you do switch out, you do have to hit a couple Mega Kicks on the Squirtle, and it can still knock you out even if you revived or you switched out. And then you just... Because then you'll just have a revive, but you won't even be able to use it because your Slave will be knocked out because you switched, so... Not a bad idea to just try to go through the fight and as far as possible without using the without switching, and then use the revive with Charmander.
So now we have Ciegs going into the Rival 2 fight, saving as well, even though he has the revive. We'll see if he gets better Mega Kick luck than Machwing did.
Ooh, light crit on the Pidgeotto. So we won't talk too much about what's happening on Lovesick's screen, because he's just going to spam Ember the whole way up this bridge on these bugs and the rest of the trainers here. So he's in pretty good shape to get through here. His HP is a tiny bit low for the Onyx fight coming up later. We'll touch on that when he gets there.
So it looks
but the Squirrel Runners have a bit more interesting here. So
looks like Ciegs did get a Sleep Powder hit, but he also got the Mega Kick hit as well. So he gets through pretty safely as long as he doesn't get Quick Attack crit by the Rat.
And yeah, so Ciegs has got pretty low HP. He is going to this Rat. He probably is dead to a crit Quick Attack, but the Rat didn't go for that, so he's good.
Now I see in chat saying Lovesick has the lead. Technically he doesn't, just because we're all out of sync. So we technically won't know how far ahead or behind Lovesick is until after Koga.
I would say probably Giovanni's gym would be better. Yeah. Because the Charmander is going to do gyms in a slightly different order, and they'll all do the Giovanni gym last. But the second last gym is different as well for the Charmander. Okay, Machwing just used Bite on an Oddish. I couldn't see exactly why he did that. Did you catch that?
I did not. I think he...
Did he run out of kicks?
I think he missed the kick, so then he ran out of kicks and had to bite it.
Or he's saving a kick for later. We'll see
later
if he has any kicks, yeah.
So now the rest of this route, for at least Squirtle route, gonna be pretty easy flying through it, either water pulsing or water gunning everything. And looks like Machwing saying he wants to save the 2 for later, so he bit that oddish.
It's not a bad idea.
But
he's got high HP as well, so if that oddish also doesn't have any status moves or anything like that, so it can just pretty much use Absorb and Sweet Scent. So it's okay if he has high HP, because Absorb doesn't do a terribly large amount of damage. Having Torrent here isn't required for Squirtle. It is required to have Blaze for Charmander, though. But you are going to save a couple inputs by just using Water Gun on a few things here. So Siegs is going to save a tiny little bit of time on Machwing, moving up the bridge.
And it looks like Siegs gets 1 Mega Kick miss, and then hits the second Mega Kick after getting Sweet Scent. But from now on, until we get to the Onyx fight for Lovesick, it's going to be pretty straightforward of just water gunning and water pulsing everything else. Now here on Machwing's screen, we actually have our favorite runner, Quanlyways, the Mankey, which he just got demolished. So now we're, with this rocket fight, we have a pretty simple fight in general, but if you were to die to this fight, you could go back to this fight and receive the nugget over and over again. So for people that didn't know, that's just free money.
That's pretty wild. Not at all fast for a speedrun, but kind of cool.
So now up here, we're gonna have Lovesick picking up the ether, or the elixir.
Elixir, yeah. I think all the runners will pick that up.
And then Lovesick does not save for this tournament, or for this Onyx fight.
Yeah, so this Onyx, I'm looking at the damage, I don't know how much HP he has right now, but it is 1 in 4 to use Rock Throw, and then I don't remember exactly how accurate Rock Throw is. Yeah, he's guaranteed dead to Rock Throw if it hits. This Onyx is a range to 2 hit with Ember in Blaze, I believe. Yeah, it's 90% range. But he got Tackle and he hit the range, so he's good.
We have Machwing coming up to the Onyx fight, and he's just going to demolish him with Water Gun.
You see also Machwing swapped Water Pulse to slot 1. That's a nifty little thing you can do because he's not in Torrent, so you can actually save those inputs I was talking about earlier by keeping Water Pulse at slot 1.
Ooh, Machwing tries going for the optimal spinner pass on Dan and gets hit.
That's a little bit unfortunate. It's not too bad because you do one-hit the Slowpoke with Bite. And
but you do lose probably about 20 to 30 seconds off that spinner.
Yeah. And the experience isn't actually that useful if I recall correctly, because there is an option coming up which to fight either a Camper Flint or Hiker Knob. Looks like Lovesick will be fighting Hiker Knob here. I think this is actually required for the route he's doing, which is early Misty. Fighting Knob is a little bit slower, but you get a little bit more experience earlier, which makes some fights a tiny little bit safer, and for this Charmander route, it'll be very useful. But the hitting Dan doesn't actually give you the difference in experience between Flint and Knob, unfortunately.
So we have Machwing going up to face Flint, just for the fact that he does not have Torrent for level 25, so it doesn't really make sense for him to go for Knob. He could still go and face Hiker Eric in Rock Tunnel, but that's for later on to see if he actually does or not. We see Siegs get past Dan without hitting him.
And so for this hiker, actually, for Lovesick, the first Geodude is actually a range. It was a 9 and 16 range. And it has Rock Throw, I believe, which can be quite bad.
So now we see Machwing go into this fight with 2 Oddishes that he has to Mega Kick to try and kill them in one shot. Otherwise, if you had Torrent for this fight at 25, you'd go for a 13 and 16 water pulse range on the first Oddish, and then the second Oddish is a 6 and 16 range. And it looks
So
like
it's,
he
yeah.
hits the first one and misses the second one.
So it's always better to, if you're in that situation, to pulse the first Oddish, and you generally would still just kick the second because you're more likely to hit the Mega Kick than you are to knock it out with Water Pulse Torrent. In that case, he went for Bite, and Bite, I don't believe is it a range at level 25?
I
Bite?
don't think it is.
Okay, looked very close.
But Machwing did get the flinch there, so that helps out a lot with just time in general. Now we see them talking to a random Clefairy in this house, who turns out to be Bill, that turned himself into a Clefairy using his machine for him to talk to Pokemon.
Ooh, looks like Siegs missed that range on the Oddish there. And that was that the first one or the second one? I wasn't paying attention. Well, we'll see when the Oddish goes down.
I was gonna say, pretty sure it was the second.
Yes, you're right. So he looks like he fought Flint as well.
Yes, he did. So now we have Machwing and Lovesick going towards the dig house, where we're gonna have to face a Rocket Grunt. This is where we have to use another Mega Kick. This is why Machwing is now using the Aetheron Mega Kick to up his PP again, so that he has it to hit.
Yeah, Lovesick will also be Mega Kicking this Drowsy as well. With the other route where you actually fight the rival 2 at a higher level, you can actually Mega Punch this Drowsy, but you're a little lower level here, so you have to use Mega Kick.
So we see Machwing hit it, and so does Lovesick. Looks like Lovesick actually missed his first kick, so
yeah,
he had to heal. We see Siegs now pick up the Ether later instead of before entering the Bill house. And now we have Machwing heading down to the tunnel, while Lovesick is heading into the Cerulean Mart and going to face Misty.
Yeah, so he'll be doing Misty early, so he'll be candying twice here. So the 2 candies that the Squirtle route used prior to Misty, Lovesick will be using also prior to Misty, but at a higher level. So this Misty fight is very, very awful for Lovesick. He's going to have to hit a lot of inaccurate moves here. So let's get some blesses in chat for Lovesick here. Don't want to have any preference for any of these runners, but this is probably going to be one of his worst fights, and there are quite a few bad fights for Charmander.
So now here we have Machwing heading into the Camper Jeff fight here, going up to level 26. He has to hit a Mega Kick on this rat, which he misses, but if he was in Torrent for this fight, he could just Water Pulse Eradicate and not have to worry about kick misses.
Yeah.
We see Lovesick over there saving for the Misty fight, and we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, so this fight you have to hit a Mega Punch on Staryu. It's guaranteed to knock out with Mega Punch, but obviously Mega Punch can miss. Looks like it hit there, which is great. And then you have to either hit 2 Mega Kicks or Mega Kick plus Mega Punch on Starmie. Now, because Lovesick has relatively high attack, he's using Metal Claw here. That's interesting. That might be a misplay.
Ooh, and he gets
we got
crit.
I think that was a misplay no matter what, though, because Metal Claw, unfortunately, is not effective on Starmie, so that's a little bit unfortunate for Lovesick.
So now we have Machwing heading into the boat, the SS Anne, about to face Rival 3, which he is going to rare candy before and possibly save. Yes, he does.
I don't believe he has. Yeah, he doesn't have the revive anymore, if I recall correctly. So saving
he
here is a very
good
good idea.
revive to rival 2. Sieg still has his revive, and Lovesick does not have his.
Okay, Lovesick is through Misty. So luckily his attack was high enough he could Mega Punch turn 2 on the Starmie, which is better than using another Mega Kick.
So the Machwing just got crit by Gust, so now he's at 17 HP, and he is in kill range for the Ivysaur. So he's going to super here, so he has pretty much a free fight after this as long as he hits his kicks. He gets the flinch on the Ivysaur and misses the kick.
Into this.
Now we have Siegs rare candying before the rival fight and about to save as well, I'm pretty sure.
So if our runners had fought Hiker Knob instead of Camper Flint, you would candy before the youngster trainer north of Vermilion. And that just makes a few things. I don't know if this affects this fight too much. I think you're a little bit higher level for the Ivysaur, but it doesn't make too much of a difference in this fight. It could be very useful, I think, if you have lower attack. If you're, say, a modest nature, which is minus attack plus special attack. We also didn't talk about the 3 natures that our Squirtle runners would take, which is either Rash, Mild, or Modest. They're all plus special attack. Rash is minus special defense, Mild is minus defense, and Modest is minus attack.
So, looks like Machwing actually ran out of kicks, so he had to bite the Eradicate twice. Or he bit Water Pulse the Eradicate. Looks like Siegs has missed 1 kick so far. That's 2.
Oh. So he'll probably be using the revive here.
Yes, that's what he's probably going to be doing. Machwing collects Cut, and Lovesick heads into the Camper Jeff fight.
We also saw Lovesick. He fought the Butterfree trainer, which is the trainer. You kind of have to run around through the grass. Generally, very interesting. I don't recall doing this for the early Misty route, but we'll see how this pans out for him later. Luckily, that Butterfree is guaranteed to get knocked out in 1 hit with Ember. So it's kind of like hitting that Dan spinner with Slowpoke. It's a quick fight. It doesn't lose too much time.
Everyone in chat say bye, Boat.
Bye, Boat.
Okay, so now we have Machwing about to head into Surge for cans. Hopefully he gets quick cans and can hit all of his Mega Kicks on Surge. Siegs gets past Rival 3 and goes to get cut, and Lovesick is about to enter the Rival 3 fight.
And Machwing is doing the cans lottery. So pretty much we have to find the first can with the first switch, and then the second switch will be in an adjacent can. We're hoping that it's in a middle can, which kind of sucks. So he's going to save, and he's 1 and 4 to find that can first try.
Looks like he's going to go up top with this can, try and get the early can, and nope, he has to reset. So Lovesick heads into this Rival 3 fight with full HP.
And yeah, like the Rival 2 fight, that Pidgeotto is favored to use Sand Attack because you're at higher HP. Ooh, he gets the crit Mega Kick on Wartortle. That is definitely needed.
Machwing gets 4 turn cans.
That's really rough. So that Mega Kick crit by Lovesick is extremely good because that Wartortle has Withdraw, and so if you miss kick, especially if you miss that kick, it'll use withdraw, and then you're in a world of hurt because then you, in all likelihood, have to 3-hit it with something, either Mega Punch or Mega Kick, some combination of the 3. So that critical is extremely good.
Was that Metal Claw a range?
I'm not sure. I think it was.
So now we have Machwing saving for Surge, and Ciegs has also a 4 can. We'll see what cans he gets. Does not get first can. And we see Machwing head into the Surge fight. He gets the 13 and 16 on the Voltorb.
Yeah, but he outsped the Voltorb, right?
Yes, he did.
Speed? Yeah. Yeah, so you can be slower with lower speed, and then Voltorb is a range as well, so it's pretty bad.
Ciegs gets the 3rd can and heads into. Machwing gets Thunder Wave turn 1. As long as he can hit his kick, he should be fine here. Ooh, paralyzed and cannot move.
So he's gonna have to do the double sacrifice.
Yep.
Or maybe just a single sacrifice because he has Sandshrew. That's a very nice thing there.
With this.
Because that Raichu will probably take 2 hits to quick attack it. Yep, it will. Because Sandshrews got good defense.
We now have Ciegs heading into Surge, and looks like Lovesick is doing late Surge.
Possibly.
Early Misty, late Surge.
That's a new thing. I never knew about that. So
Unless
we'll see.
He's grabbing the bike voucher first. No,
nope,
he's just grabbing the bike voucher first.
So the original Charmander route actually delays Surge for a very long time. So actually, we would do Misty after the boat normally, and then Surge would come after we get Charizard, because Charizard just sweeps with Flamethrower.
And we have Machwing having to reset on Surge because he was in a heal loop.
It's pretty unfortunate. So
we get Ciegs getting the confusion on the Raichu, so he gets a free kick right here. And he hits it.
Yep.
Ciegs is now in the
very
lead.
Nice.
I'm going to swap over to Ciegs now for audio.
Looks like Machwing got some damage from Voltorb there, and got Sonic Boom, so which means that he will be able to do Water Pulse plus Water Pulse and Torrent, and that will knock out the Raichu, provided he hits, of course.
He does hit, and he is through now. So with Ciegs in a slight lead, and then Machwing getting a 51-27 Surge. We have Lovesick now heading into the Surge fight, giving the Citrus Berry to his Charmeleon.
So this fight will be a little bit interesting for Lovesick because his moveset he doesn't have anything like Water Pulse, which is a very strong stab move. His only stab move is Ember, which is a little bit weaker. So one strat is you can enter this fight in Blaze. You can knock out the Voltorb with Ember. What he's going to do here is he's going to get the Citrus activating on Voltorb. I'm not sure if that helps or not, but okay, that works, I guess. But he's gonna have to hit 2 Mega Punches, or if he gets knocked into Blaze, he can Ember in Blaze turn 2, I believe, on the Raichu as well. He's gonna have to hit 1 inaccurate move. And Charmeleon has the same issues, except he outspeeds, that's the difference. He actually outspeeds the Raichu, but he has a similar set of issues that the Raichu loves to spam Thunder Wave, and especially Double Team.
So now we have Siegs heading into the Picnicker Alicia, who she has 2 Oddishes and 2 Bellsprouts, so we just need to hit 2 picks here. After that, we have the Run to Bike on the Hiker, and then Rock Tunnel. Looks like Lovesick's having a little trouble over there, but does hit the Meg Punch and is through Surge. With a final time of 53.37 Surge. So it looks like Siegs hit both of his kicks. Now we're gonna see if Machwing hits both of his. He hits his first one.
And make a kick PP here is pretty important because depending on how many you hit, it dictates which strategy you'll use on Rival 4, which is
so
Power
Siegs
Rival.
just YOLOs the Hiker, waits for him to spin, and then just bikes past him. No run to bike, no bag manip, no nothing. Just goes straight for it.
Balls to the wall. I like it.
Machwing just got poison powdered, so he's gonna have to super potion here.
Yeah, all our runners are still all very, very close, which is really great.
And he misses another kick. Machwing is not getting good kick luck today.
Machwing, my wallet, please.
So now Lovesick, you see on the right, getting the
He's
bicycle,
poisoned by Venoman as well.
which that could actually be useful for Torrent HP. But he might not want to go too low just for the risk of having to face Martha.
Yes.
So the scary part for Rock Tunnel for Squirtle is one trainer called Martha, where she has an Oddish and a Bulbasaur. While for Charmander route, we have to face Slowpokes, which could very well be the death of Charmander in Rock Tunnel.
Yeah, the Slowpokes, I think, offensively aren't too much of a problem because they're not super powerful. Like, they have Water Gun, which is obviously super effective, but they don't have a very great special attack. The problem with them is you have to hit multiple Mega Kicks on each of them. So that makes Charmander have a pretty rough time with the Slowpokes.
And then if anyone was watching Machwing, he did hit the Run to Bike, so he had a pretty smooth pass on that Hiker.
Smooth and safe.
Siegs getting the range on the Slowpoke at level 29.
Oh good, that's 3 and 16 range?
Correct.
It looks like Lovesick did a not a full bag manip. Going into the bag is a guaranteed pass. Looks like he just flashed the start menu there.
Siegs does not hit the second one, and he gets Bite Disable. Goes for Water Pulse on the Slowpoke.
Yeah, so the War Turtles get Bite, which is a super effective move. It's not guaranteed in any way, shape, or form to knock out the Slowpokes, but the Slowpokes don't do too much to them. So the Slowpokes are a lot nicer.
So now we have Siegs saving from Martha, and Machwing getting the flinch on the first Slowpoke.
Now there is a revive just to the bottom left of Martha. We'll see if Machwing or Lovesick will pick that up. Lovesick might, because there are some scary fights coming up for Charmander.
Siegs hits the first kick on Martha. See if he hits the one on Bulbasaur. He hits both kicks.
Good.
And this should be an easy Rock Tunnel for the rest of the way for Siegs. And Machwing gets the second flinch on the second Slowpoke. So he's flinched both Slowpokes so far, giving him a little bit time save. So it looks like Siegs is going to be facing Hiker Eric to continue with the Knob EXP.
That's going to lose him a little bit of time, but it's going to make certain fights a little bit better. It's going to make some fights a little bit worse, but...
Machwing did pick up the revive, and then is now facing Martha.
Ooh, Lovesick gets a Mega Kick crit on the first Slowpoke. That's very good. Yeah, that first trainer's Cubone can also do a lot of damage to Bone Club, so that looks like a very clean fight for Lovesick. First one. We'll see if he gets good luck on the second.
And then Machwing hits both of his kicks on Martha. We're about to see if he's going for... Nope, Machwing is going for regular world record route, where you're level 40 for Program. And it looks like...
Wow, Lovesick got both kicks on that Slowpoke.
He missed a kick.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay. So overall, he's used 4 on the Slowpokes because he crit the first one. And he is picking up the revive as well. Not a bad idea. This first Onyx is a range as well, the one that Machwing is facing right now. It is a 13 and 16 range. Which he hits, that's good.
Now coming up after this fight that Siegs is about to do, or these next 2 fights that Siegs is about to do, we have another spinner that we run to walk in Rock Tunnel in the dark. So best case scenario, fastest thing to do is run to walk him, and because audio lag with getting on the bike will be just a tiny bit slower. Otherwise we would run to bike him. So the fight that Siegs is on, if he was in Torrent, he could just water gun all 3 of these, but since he's not, he has to water pulse. And it looks like Machwing is coming up on that same fight right behind him.
One thing I would like to point out about the Charmander route is there's some Charmander routes, or one other Charmander route we could do that picks up Brick Break from SSN, which is a fighting type move, which helps a lot on the rock types in Rock Tunnel. This route that Lovesick's doing does not pick up Brick Break, so he's going to have to use a lot of Ember and possibly Metal Claw on the Geodudes and Onixes here.
So now one thing that I noticed is Lovesick is now facing Hiker Lenny at the top here instead of the bottom Hiker there.
Yeah, this fight, probably mostly for experience purposes, but the Geodudes actually are a bit lower defense than the Onixes. And if you're actually in Blaze for this fight, the Geodudes are all one-hits with Ember. What he's doing is he's doing a strat where you use Metal Claw, hope you get an attack boost, and then if you get an attack boost, he'll then be able to knock out the first or the following Geodudes with Metal Claw. But it is not a super high chance to get the attack boost.
So Siegs gets past the spinner cleanly, heading into the last fight of Rock Tunnel with Picnicker Donna, where we have to use our last kick for Rock Tunnel. We'll have 1, maybe 2 more of our 75% kicks after this. Which Siegs does hit the Mega Kick there. Now we see Siegs leave Rock Tunnel at a 102.39. Machwing about 1 fight behind him, and Lovesick about 2 to 3 fights behind him.
So Lovesick unfortunately missed Mega Punch on this Jigglypuff, and then it used Defense Curl, so then the second Mega Punch didn't knock out the Jigglypuff. At that point, maybe you could have switched to Ember, possibly. That would have helped. Because I believe Ember is in range there, but no harm, no foul. Coming up for Lovesick is a very bad fight. He'll probably save for this. I'd be surprised if he does not, because he has to face 3 pokes, all of which have super effective moves and can do a lot of damage to his Charmeleon.
So we got Machwing probably about 50 seconds behind Ciegs, leaving Rock Tunnel at a 103.25. So it's a very close race between the two. It's definitely going to come down to who can hit their moves between Mega Kick and Blizzard.
Okay, so for Lovesick here, if you're in Blaze, you can knock out these Geodudes with Ember. But his strat is actually to get all that extra experience that he grabbed by fighting both Hiker Eric in Rock Tunnel as well as the Butterfree trainer. He now has Flamethrower. So what he can actually do is wipe out these Geodudes with Flamethrower. I'm not sure if the Graveler goes down to Flamethrower as well, but definitely does a lot better than the alternative. Nope, it goes down in 1 hit as well. Very nice.
So we see Ciegs hit his last 75% kick that he has to use on that Raticate. He's now at 3 kicks, so he's probably going to go for the X attack strat for Rival 4. If he went for the X special, I'd be surprised, but we'll see what he decides to do.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about those strategies later, but the Mega Kick strat's a little bit safer. I don't remember how many Mega Kicks Machwing has. We'll see here. Maybe, I'm not sure what his HP is on Raticate. Oh no, he'll just Water Pulse this because he's in Torrent.
I do believe Machwing is low on Mega Kicks, just because he missed a couple on the Alicia fight, but we'll see what he goes for. He definitely knows how many he has, though.
Yep. There's an option you can do to pick up Max Ether in the Hideout, and you can actually opt to use it on Mega Kick to do the Mega Kick strat for a safer fight. That's an option you can do rather than do X special strats. We see here Lovesick's fighting the Clefairy trainer instead of the Gamer or Gambler. I think he's a Gamer in this game. He was a Gambler in Gen 1. The Clefairies are much easier to knock out than the 2 fire types that the Gamer has. And they go down to Flamethrower, so it's pretty smooth sailing here for Lovesick.
So we have Ciegs now picking up the lift key. Yeah, Machwing in that same fight that Ciegs was just in, and we have Lovesick on his way to Celadon. But instead of heading into the game corner, Lovesick is gonna face Erica, correct? Or does he face Erica first?
Yes, I believe so. I'll fight Erica first.
Now this is where all of the variance comes from Charmander to Squirtle route, because Squirtle route goes from Hideout to Viridian Rival, while the Charmander route goes to Erica first. Oh yeah, Power Rival, not Viridian Rival. But Charmander goes to Erica first, which we have to delay for Squirtle route until we get Blizzard.
Machwing picking up the Calcium. Which
Machwing getting some extra safety with calcium, trying to confirm some ranges, and just making things all around better for him. That was actually a strat that we just calced out a couple days ago.
last night, I think? Or...
It was either last night or 2 nights ago. But we were calculating it out, and it increased some ranges that were actually really useful. One of them being the lance fight, the risky lance fight. Instead of having the bite turn run, you go for double bite Liz, and it goes from a 75% range with 30 special attack to a 93% range, or 94% range.
Yep. So I have a couple differences here between the Squirtle routes is that Ciegs used his rare candies after the poster guard rocket guy in the game corner because he's on the knob route. You'll see he's actually a higher level than Machwing, even though Machwing is a little bit further ahead. Or, not really further ahead, but he's on a fight a little bit further behind, or about the same spot. Machwing will actually be candying after the fight coming up. Or actually this fight he's on right now.
So, with the calcium, Machwing is gonna apply it on the fly menu, just because that's the next upcoming menu that he has. Or he might do it on the rare candy menu as well. It depends on where he feels more comfortable on using it.
Yeah, the fly menu makes no sense.
Seeing as this is his first time using it.
Because Ciegs naturally evolved into Blastoise after the Arbok, and Machwing used 2 candies to also evolve here. So both the Machwing, or the Knob route, and the World Record route both get Blastoise from Giovanni.
So now, if you look, we have Ciegs saving before the Giovanni fight. We have Machwing evolving right before Geo fight. And then we have Lovesick, who just defeated Erica and is evolving into Charizard.
So we'll talk about the Erica fight for our Squirtle runners later, but Erica's extremely easy for Charizard. Just spam fire moves. And he's also going to teach Wing Attack here. Charizard learns Wing Attack when it evolves, and Wing Attack's a nifty little utility move that'll be used here and there for the next half an hour or so.
Ciegs gets the Water Pulse Confusion on the Kangaskhan and then gets a crit on him as well.
Very nice.
Saving time.
Ciegs has got quite a few crits, I think, in this. So there's just been a lot of general very good crits in this race so far. So that Kangaskhan is usually a three hit without Torrent, so getting the crit there is very good.
Now we have Lovesick buying coins from the game corner. He is doing so that he can get Charcoal for Charizard to make ranges better, make fights easier.
Yeah, he picked up the coin case. It's a little bit of a detour to pick it up. He picked it up before going into Erica's gym, and then the charcoal is not terribly expensive. It's $10,000 to buy it effectively through coins. And the charcoal is just a held item that boosts his fire type moves by 10%, and it is actually really, really helpful for Charizard. The water equivalent Mystic Water is not quite as useful for Blastoise, so we won't see that at all from the Squirtle runners.
So we have Ciegs going for X attack strat, and we have Machwing going for the X special strat.
Okay.
At least... No, Machwing's going for X attack. I thought he canceled the X attack, but no, he bought that. So Ciegs and Machwing are actually really close together. Still,
yep.
Even after all the RNG that can affect these fights.
We also didn't talk about a very useful item that our squirrel runners picked up in the hideout. Do you want to talk about the black glasses?
So black glasses is 30% boost to
I think it's 10,
dark,
but
10% boost, 10 or 30 to dark type moves. That really helps us with bite, at least, especially with the mid game, because we're gonna equip it on the fly menu here, and then use it for the rest of the game. So now, if you look in their fly menu, they're going to be teaching fly, using a super repel, equipping the black glasses. They're going to be throwing away a moonstone to make menuing faster. And then they're going to be flying to Lavender Town to go face the Tower Red. So now these two different strategies that you can use for this rival fight. You can either use an X attack strat, which you X attack, X accuracy, and then mega kick the Ivysaur and the Gyarados. Or you can do X special strats, where you X special and then use bite to kill the Ivysaur and the Gyarados. The X special strat is normally quicker, but it's more risky than the X attack strat, which you can just one-shot everything with Mega Kick. Now, with X accuracy, the Mega Kicks turn from a 75% to a 99%, so there still is a 1% chance for you to miss.
Yeah, that's definitely happened to me.
I have gotten it once, and I'm pretty sure JP has also gotten it once or twice. So now if you look on the screen to the right, you got Lovesick facing both of the grunts before Giovanni won.
Charizard just cleans these guys up with Flamethrower, so not much to worry about here.
And then you got
yeah, no, the Charizard will have yeah, slightly. I think with this HP, he should be fine, but there are a couple of ranges he's gonna have to worry about on Giovanni as well. Possibly. He's a bit higher level than normal. Go ahead.
We have both Machwing and Ciegs just having a clean sweep through our tower rival fight. They are going to be going up through tower and then just going to be demolishing everything with Water Pulse, Water Gun, and Bite.
I think we can maybe switch audio over to Machwing now. He's a tiny bit ahead. So Lovesick's entering the Charizard fight, or sorry, the Giovanni fight rather. The Onix and the Rhyhorn are both. I believe the Rhyhorn at this level 37 will not be a range anymore, but the Onix is probably still going to be a range. Looks like he hit it no matter what. So unless he put the charcoal on early, in which case it would be. Oh no, he wouldn't have it yet because he'd have to get it later. The Kangaskhan will be a 2-hit with Flamethrower as well.
So we had Machwing just start flash the spinner in tower, and then we had Ciegs completely YOLO it. Ciegs no start flash, no bag minute, nothing. Ciegs really likes YOLOing these spinners.
I think that's something referred to often as a pickle pass. I've seen Pickle do that a couple times. Just whip past spinners.
So now we see Lovesick escape roping out of the Giovanni. And now he's going to bite into the game corner to get the charcoal.
Yeah, he'll probably equip the charcoal on the fly menu. Yes, the Squirrel Runners are just gonna make short work of these ghosts in the tower. HP is kind of important for the Squirtle route here. We want to be in Torrent, not super, super low. And we also don't really want to come out of Torrent as well, because that's going to make a few fights a little bit worse, because Torrent is really key to knocking out some of these pokes. Such as this Marowak. I think we're having a bit of issue with Machwing's stream.
I think so. So I'm gonna swap over back to Siegs for audio.
Sounds good. The see, Lovesick just taught Fly to his Charizard, so he'll be flying around on his Charizard for the run. So Fly is never actually used in battle, so Charizard kind of loses a move slot to the HM move, but the other 3 move slots are used extensively, and you don't really need a 4th move. But yeah, these guys are manipulating their HP for Koga coming up, because you kind of want to have very high Torrent for Koga as well. Siegs' HP might be a little bit high, actually. He's going to be candying before Koga, and if he does candy, he'll be popping out of Torrent, because Torrent for him right now is 40 HP.
Siegs definitely wanting some damage.
So he's, yeah,
probably
he's going to stall.
want at least one more quick attack. Probably.
Yeah, the last fight has, yeah. Whereas Machwing will not be candying before. He'll candy a little bit later in Erica's gym on the world record route, and so his HP is probably fine the way it is right now. He's not going to have to worry too much about his HP. Yeah, unless he gets multiple quick attacks or something like that, he might have to do a little bit of healing as well. And so actually Lovesick's now doing the Tower Rebel fight. This fight is extremely easy for Charizard. You just pretty much spam Flamethrower for most of it. The Wartortle you have to 2-hit with Wing Attack. If you are in Blaze though, the Wartortle is guaranteed with Flamethrower.
So now we're gonna have Lovesick going through the same thing that Machwing and Siegs were just going through with Tower. Just same YOLO spinner maybe.
Why is he? Oh, he went the wrong way. That shouldn't be too big of a problem. He hopefully won't run out of repel steps here. He's gonna have to. He's actually doing a slightly different thing with repels. He has extra regular repels. He'll have to repel. And actually, he'll lose out. Yeah, his repel will run out here. The way you do the repels in the Charizard route is you actually your repel will run out if your movement's good right before the spinner. But he's gonna have to do a bag with him now.
Gonna swap to Machwing's audio again. His stream's back.
All right.
So now we have Machwing flying back over to Celadon, where he's going to get to an exciting part of this run, where he has to get the T, try and dodge some goalies, and then he has to go and get past some bikers. That Nidoran really trying to stop him from getting that T. Ooh, Clefairy 2. So now we're gonna have Machwing biking over to Cycling Road, where he's gonna have to get past some spinners. Siegs also getting blocked by the Nidoran and Clefairy.
They're not being nice today.
Not at all. But before we get to Cycling Road, we have a big sleeping Snorlax in our way. We're gonna have to get that thing out of our way, or we can just run away and it goes away.
Very
doing
nice.
the fast spinner passes clean. Very nice movement.
Yeah, you can do bag manips as well. They're a little bit slower, but that's a very, very nifty fast way to with the start flashes to get through that.
Now, for anyone that didn't know, while you are going down Cycling Road, if you hold down, you will go faster than if you just stand still without pressing anything, because it automatically sends you down.
I just learned that about 2 weeks ago.
You got Siegs doing a start flash for the first one, and then YOLOing the second biker. There seems to be a theme with
yeah.
Siegs. Start flash or YOLO completely. No bag manips for Siegs.
Yep, they both picked up Rare Candy and Max Elixir, useful items on Cycling Road, and are entering the Safari Zone, which in round 2 runs is a very exciting part of the speedrun, but we're just gonna tear through here on the bike and pick up a couple items along the way. Meanwhile, Lovesick is just cleaning up the last couple fights in the tower.
So here
he's actually on the first one.
With the route changes, we'll have Siegs rare candying to 41, while Machwing will wait until Erica to rare candy to 44. Machwing does pick up the rare candy. We'll see if Siegs will as well. Or not the rare candy, the revive. And then we got Lovesick finishing up tower. Just burning it all down.
Yeah, so Lovesick, he actually took the heal pad in the tower as well, because Blaze is not quite as important for Charizard here as Torrent is for Squirtle, because Charizard actually gets his really strong stab move, Flamethrower, much earlier than Squirtle gets his move, which is Surf, which both are runners. Well, Machwing has the HM, and he'll be teaching it now, and Siegs will be picking up the HM from the Warden here. Or not the Warden, the man here.
And Siegs does grab the revive as well.
Yeah, that's a useful revive for Koga. And it's very nifty. It's literally right on the way. You don't have to make any detours for it.
So now, the reason that we want a specific HP for Koga is we want to be just inside of Torrent so that we can two-shot the Muck and have a range to one-shot the Wheezing. But we also want to be at high enough HP so that Sludge cannot kill us.
Yeah, there's still the unfortunate case where Sludge poisons you, and in all cases where you're in Torrent, pretty much you're dead to poison. So it's a pretty scary fight.
So we see Lovesick over on the right collecting the Poke Flute, which then he is now going to go and fly back to Celadon so that he can also go down to Fuchsia City to face Koga. So we see Machwing entering the Koga fight. We'll see what he gets RNG-wise if he hits some ranges. And Lovesick does get blocked by the Clefairy.
Wow. And the Nidoran as well is kind of in the way. But Lovesick's actually going to go shopping first, so Lovesick delayed shopping for a while. The reason he did that was because he had to buy the coins, so the coins eat up a lot of the money. Well, you don't really need X items till now anyway, so he's going to pick up some here.
So we have Siegs saving for Koga. Machwing does hit through the minimize on the Muck.
And you want to see Acid Armor from Muck, because that ensures that your next Surf will knock it out. But most of the time he'll use...
Now, since Machwing is level 40, he has a 25% range to KO the Wheezing here. While Siegs...
Ooh, he gets the crit.
Siegs has a 68% chance with him going to be leveling up to 42. That crit secures the range for Machwing, having an easy Koga fight.
Ooh, Toxic for Siegs. That is very rare.
I think that's our second. Is that our second toxic from Koga, or was it Agatha that toxic?
I don't remember.
Earlier.
We definitely got a weird
series.
Toxic already in this tournament.
Yes.
So I think Siegs will probably just go for the surf. Oh, actually no, he has to heal here because of toxic damage, I think, or switch.
He's actually gonna swap out.
That is very, very unfortunate. Machwing picking up strength from the Warden.
And we have Lovesick bag nipping twice on the bikers in cycling road.
I think he could have maybe gotten past all three with the one bag minute, but that would have been a bit scary.
Definitely.
So definitely safe, definitely nice and safe to do a second bag minute there.
Siegs definitely having a rough Koga fight with the toxic, having to sacrifice both slaves before having to even fight against the wheezing, making the revive pretty much useless.
So let's see if he gets this range here. It's 60, 68, 69
68.
Range. Yeah. Ooh, we missed
it. Hope he doesn't get poisoned. Ooh,
oh.
he gets poisoned, and pretty sure that's a reset. He did save, though, so...
Very unfortunate.
Just an unfortunate Koga death that's gonna lose him time.
Lovesick going through Safari, and Machwing is in the mansion. He's picking up the Carbos here.
Randall, he used both of his slaves, so his revive was useless. We see Machwing grabbing the Carbos at 29. He did kill 2 encounters in the in Route 1, so that pretty much bumps him up to be even with 30 IV speed, and then he'll be using the Carbos so that he will outspeed.
He did knock out a level 5 Caterpie though earlier, right? So not sure if he not sure if he got 2 extra EVs.
Oh yeah, no, he only got 1. He got 1, and then so I don't know. Is Caterpie?
Caterpie's HP.
Alright, so yeah, no.
Beetle is speed, so. Alright, Sieg is going for round 2 against Koga. Meanwhile, Lovesick picking up Surf. And Machwing doing quiz questions.
Gotta love the quiz.
Definitely don't want to be smashing buttons A and B here. You want to be very careful what you're pressing at the very end, so.
Definitely. I honestly normally just spam whatever
the answer is, yeah.
Answer is, just so I don't have to try and chance that.
Yeah, you also want to do the same thing for answering a run killing question, which is from Bill as well after the fight.
Oh yeah, 100%. You do not want to. You lose 15 minutes right off the bat just from saying yes to Bill.
So Lovesick actually grabbed Surf, and he's not doing Koga yet. He's going into Silphco. Oh, he was pretty safe on that scientist there.
Yeah, especially after that scientist walked up. We have Machwing entering the Blaine fight. Siegs flying over to Pallet Town. Now, Machwing should have a pretty easy Blaine fight. He's gonna stay in Torrent the entire time, so...
Yep,
he'll just have one-shots on everything.
And the Carbos plus the high speed IV with the world record route means he doesn't have to worry about using an X speed on this fight. Whereas Siegs, even though he has really good speed, even if he had really low speed, he would not need to X speed on Blaine because of the extra levels he has.
So now that with Siegs having 31 IV speed, he can actually pick up the Carbos and use it to outspeed Sabrina.
Yes.
And not have to worry about it at all. So now we have Lovesick on the Sylph Rival fight. As Machwing finishes.
Looks like he got
the burn
crit
fight.
by a wing attack there because you normally set up 2x specials on Pidgeot and then you go Flamethrower and then you 2-hit the Blastoise with Flamethrower, one of the hits being in Blaze. So you do need to take 1 hit from Blastoise. The Blastoise has Water Gun. It's not super strong, but you definitely don't want to be in low HP for that. And that Blastoise can use Protect as well turn 1. He did not get it there, which is very good, because that wastes a lot of time, and now he's got a pretty clean fight. Very good. Alright, Machwing answering or talking to Bill.
He's making sure that he does not say yes to Bill by spamming B.
We're spamming A. Yeah.
And Ciegs over here picking up the key and then teaching Blizzard to Blastoise, while Machwing goes to face Erica.
Yeah, so Mega Kick is a pretty garbage move. We're replacing it with another garbage move, Blizzard, which is similarly very strong, but also inaccurate.
So we're going from 75% to 70%.
And we're losing a bit of power too, because it's... Wait, no, Blizzard is 120. Is it 120 or is it 110? Yeah.
120.
Yep.
So we have Lovesick defeating Sylph Rival in Blaze with 24 HP.
Yep, and he's going to pick up Lapras here for Surf, and also Strength. We see Machwing just hit 42 after Beauty Tamiya here, and he's now going to use the 2 candies to get to level 44 before the next fight.
Oh, looks like he has a modest Sandshrew. So, again, difference between the 2 Squirtle routes. Ciegs taught Blizzard on the Mansion Escape Rope menu because he will not be menuing Erica. While since Machwing has to candy in the Erica gym, he teaches Blizzard right before he has to use it.
So Ciegs should be fine here on Blaine. He'll just sweep with Surf, and Lovesick has got a somewhat tough fight coming up against Giovanni. He's going to heal a tiny bit to get his HP up. He's going to have to X-Spec here, I believe, at some point in this fight, and use a bunch of flamethrowers. And either the Kanga or the Nido Queen are ranges all for Charizard here.
So now we have Machwing heading into the Erica fight. I don't know if he's in Torrent or not, so he may have to hit 2 Blizzards. If he is in Torrent, he can just use Surf on the Victory Bell. He is not, so he has to use Blizzard twice. 270% incoming. He hit the first one.
Looks like Lovesick fainted. Not sure what he did on Rhyhorn there. Seeks through Blaine.
And Machwing hits both of his Blizzards. So he is now through Erica with a 137.01.
Lovesick using the X special on Kangaskhan. So I believe this Nidoqueen is not going to be guaranteed 1 hit with Flamethrower here because he's not in Blaze. Got the burn though. Yep, that's fine.
So
We'll see now Machwing heading over to Sylph as well.
For a more risky self-rival fight, having hit a blizzard, or actually having hit 2 or 3 blizzards, and we see Ciegs heading into the Erica gym. Now we see Lovesick heading over to the Saffron Mart to buy some hypers, and then
Max
some
repels.
Max repels.
So Lovesick didn't go in the center in Lavender Town like our 2 Squirtle runners did. And the hyper potions are kind of useful to have. You won't actually need to go shopping before the Elite Four for full restores, because those hyper potions will be enough. He may elect to get some full restores anyway, because this is a race after all. And it's good to have some extra items. But he'll be doing Sabrina now. And as long as you're in Blaze, this fight is super free. He does behind Sabrina.
He does Sabrina from the back. Lovesick going for all of the memes.
So this fight you optimally want to have Blaze for. Lovesick unfortunately does not. He'll have to set up an X special somewhere so that he can knock everything out. He is faster than everything. He doesn't have to worry about the speed, but... Big attack on Mr. Mime.
I think there he was trying to get Mr. Mime to hit him so that he didn't have to set up the X special. Or the Ember works as well. Just no confusion.
Okay, he's fine now. He'll get the heal from Sabrina, but he can now one-hit the Alakazam. Ciegs getting paralyzed by Victory Bell. Was he going for X spec, or did he miss the blizzard? Might have missed the blizzard.
I think he missed the blizzard.
Meanwhile, Machwing, didn't see how many X specials he set up, but you can elect to set up 2 X specials and go for, well, it's not a range for him because he's on world record strats. 2 X specials and an accuracy, and get the guaranteed hit on the Gyarados, or you can go +1 and then 2 hit the Gyarados, which is an option more for the knob route. Based on the damage he's taken, I'm pretty sure he'll be going Blizzard here, and it's guaranteed at level 45. Yep.
So now we have Lovesick out of Sabrina's gym, heading over to Fuchsia City so that he can go face Koga now. Ciegs hitting his Blizzard on the Vile Plume. And Machwing finishing up his self-rival fight.
So for the Squirtle runners, having Torrent here is very helpful. In fact, it's going to be helpful for the next little while for even the Charizard as well to have Blaze, and for Squirtles to have Torrent, because Giovanni fights just faster, the Sabrina fight goes faster, and then the entirety of Giovanni's gym is faster when you have when you're in low HP.
Now we have Ciegs dropping the T off to the guard to let him into Saffron, and he's about to head up into Silph Cove to face the rival. Ciegs playing it a little risky with that walker, going above him instead of below.
Well, I'm not surprised that he did that. But doing it for the fans, I guess. Lovesick saving for Koga. Koga's not too bad. You do have to 2-hit Muck, but everything else, as long as your Blaze is guaranteed, which he is in Blaze.
We are actually seeing the first 2 bag minutes for Ciegs right now.
Damn. And
only because he has to use items. That's the only reason.
Lovesick getting poisoned on Koga here.
Sieg's getting past the spinner. And Machwing is finishing off the Giovanni fight, which then he'll head to Sabrina, which he will have to X speed for.
Unfortunately, Muck got minimized to Lovesick, so this flamethrower will probably not knock it out. Yeah, unless it burns. Ooh, that a crit sludge.
Crit. This is why we grab the revive.
Machwing going over to Sabrina.
Lovesick used the revive on the rat.
Oh no.
Gonna have to reset and restart that Koga fight. Machwing going right side Sabrina. So we've seen right side Sabrina and back Sabrina. Are we gonna be able to see left Sabrina?
Yes. Taking some time loss for some diversity in Sabrina approaches. Lovesick getting toxic. I believe Lovesick healed before the fight because he did have blaze after Giovanni.
Lovesick does get the burn on the muck.
Yep, that should be fine. Because he should be able to knock out the coughing with Ember here, and then the wheezing dies to flamethrower, and he won't die to poison damage. Oh no.
He didn't kill. He's
Yeah,
out
Ember
of
doesn't
blaze.
Ember doesn't kill that unless you're in
So he's probably
blaze.
gonna have to use the revive here, unless. Ooh, Smokescreen misses the Ember. He's using the revive. As Machwing finishes Sabrina up.
and Siegs is finishing up Rival.
Sieg is actually on 10 HP after Rival.
That's a little bit dicey. He'll probably use a potion before Giovanni, in case the Kangaskhan uses Fake Out. And also the Kangaskhan is a range, so... But he's just going to elect to do so before the Rocket Grunt. That's fine as well.
Keeps him in torrent, so it's perfectly fine there.
Oh, he's using another
And
potion.
it turns out Lovesick is perish songing the coughing. Trying to get rid of it as fast as possible.
Did he use the revive?
He did.
Okay, so he's just...
He's just trying to get rid of
Oh, he's Koga switch. Yeah, I think with Perish Song it switches.
Wow. That's unlucky for Lovesick.
Lovesick thought he could outsmart Koga, but Koga the
Koga said,
Ninja
"Nah,
Master.
nah, nah."
Sieg's trying to take damage from Marowak as well. That's interesting.
We have Machwing in one of the slowest parts of the endgame with Giovanni's gym. Just gonna surf and water pulse everything until it's dead.
Yeah, this...
Getting the damage he needs.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, so Giovanni's gym's a great time if you're doing a run. If you can stand up, stretch your legs, and just mash A. That's all you need to do. As long as you're in Torrent, that is. You know, Lovesick round 3 on Koga, and he's been poisoned again.
Koga really does not like Lovesick here. We got Siegs heading into the Giovanni fight. As long as he hits this 13 and 16, he should be perfectly fine. At least now Lovesick's dying on the wheezing, so the Leprous should die pretty quickly.
Yep, If it's the last poke, there's nothing he can really do about it. So, Air Song. Yeah, Ciegs was at higher HP, so he didn't knock out the Kangaskhan, so...
Pretty sure Ciegs healed.
Either healed or revived.
He was at...
Might have missed the...
Maybe. I missed that. I feel like he missed the range, probably.
Machwing's on Giovanni, just spam Water Pulse if you're in Torrent.
And then Lovesick should be killing Giovanni too here. Pretty close. Yep, he gets fully paralyzed and GG's.
Ciegs heading up to Sabrina, and so Ciegs is fortunate enough with the 31 speed that he will not need to use an X speed on Sabrina. And so he can just spam Surf on all 4 of Sabrina's pokes.
So now we have Lovesick leaving Koga's gym, which I'm pretty sure he goes to get
Cinnabar next.
Yes, he goes to Cinnabar and then he goes to Giovanni.
And I think he'll be picking up the candy here in the Warden's house as well. So he'll be teaching Strength and Surf to his Lapras here. This candy's optional, but it really, really helps in the late game in getting some of the ranges in the Elite Four.
And it does look like we got left side Sabrina from Ciegs.
Very nice.
So we are getting a variance in Sabrinas in this race.
Left Brina. Well, the fans wanted left Sabrina, and Ciegs delivered. So Machwing is about to go fight Viridian Rival, and this fight isn't too bad. We do have to hit 1 Blizzard, maybe 2, depending on what happens on the Gyarados. And Lovesick's heading over to Pallet Town to surf down to Cinnabar.
Got Machwing now on the Viridian Rival fight.
Yeah, so this fight you set up 2x specs and an X accuracy, and then you should be fine provided you hit Blizzard, which is 93% accurate after an X accuracy. And he hits it, that's very good. And so Machwing's on the world record route, which means you have a level 50 for this Venusaur, which is a guaranteed 1 hit. On the Knob route, it is a 15 and 16 range.
So now we have Lovesick in the mansion, grabbing the Carbos, because he is going to be using that for the E4, especially Champ.
Yeah, the Carbos helps on the champion fight, and it will. I think in doing so, he will not need to X speed on the champ. So he gets an extra, saves a turn there. So he'll be able to outspeed Alakazam without the X speed. Pretty much the same hideout or same mansion as Squirtle, except we obviously don't need to get Blizzard.
You mean that Charizard can't learn Blizzard?
No. But he gets
Why
another
not?
very inaccurate move. He gets his own version of Blizzard later.
Ooh,
Spicy
look at
Blizzard.
that. So we see Machwing finishing up the Viridian rival fight. You got Siegs over in Giovanni's gym, finishing up the second trainer, about to go face Giovanni, or starting the second trainer. And then you got Lovesick on the questions.
So Charizard has a little bit tougher time with Blaine. He'll have to use a few X specials here.
Machwing grabbing the Lepa Berry.
Ooh, I didn't even know that was there.
I didn't either. Curious what he's going to be using that for.
Teague's getting a heal from the pool trainer on the Nidorina. I'm not sure what happened there. Was he not in Torrent? Okay, so yeah, Lovesick's gonna have to set up 3x specials here to be able to knock out Blaine's pokes. He also is gonna need Blaze, and this is gonna be a theme we're gonna see for Charizard, is using Fire-type moves on Fire-type Pokemon. It's a common theme we'll see with Charizard.
So now one thing that you'll see with Machwing is he actually repelled in Victory Road. There are 2 different repels that you could do for Victory Road movement. Is you can either repel inside of Victory Road, or you can repel before the water before you enter Victory Road, and repelling before the water will actually make it so that you don't have to YOLO any non-repel steps, while you have to repel 2 to 3 steps with using the repel inside of the cave for Victory Road.
Looks like Lovesick's got set up on Blaine, so he'll be able to knock out Blaine's pokes pretty easily.
And Siegs in Torrent right now, able to knock out Giovanni, just sweep through them all. And then head over to the Viridian rival fight.
Ooh, there's a misplay from Lovesick. He probably should have flamethrowered the Rapidash there. He either was out of flamethrowers or misplayed, but didn't die to Fire Blast from Rapidash.
Lovesick was out of potions.
Yikes. Alright, Lovesick's through Blaine, very good. Siegs just coming out of the gym. Yep.
And then yeah, Machwing on the final stretch of Victory Road. Now he's YOLOing, and he gets an encounter on the last tile.
Oh, it's a rock snake.
He's killing it with Surf.
Interesting. We'll see if that pans out for him later. That extra little experience. Or the defense EV.
Got Lovesick saying no to Bill. Got Machwing positing. And then you got Siegs on Sylph Rival. Or not Sylph Rival, Viridian Rival.
Viridian Rival, yeah.
I mean, Sylph Rival, Viridian Rival, pretty much the
Blizzard
same.
on Pidgeot, interesting.
Siegs biting.
Interesting. Does he have enough surfs?
He might not have had enough surfs. Yeah, he's low on surfs, so he had to bite there. Or he could have water pulsed as well.
Machwing is starting Lorelei. Lorelai's a
And
pretty
turn
rough
one
fight.
Hail.
Turn 1 Hail. If you get Hail, that's probably the best place to get it, because...
That or second turn.
Yep.
Because second
You
turn
have to
it
set-
makes it so he can't Hail again.
You have to set up 4x specials, and the Dugong will either use... It has 4 moves. It could use any of them, but Hail is not a good one to see. You also don't want to get frozen by Ice Beam, so... And then on top of having to set up 4 times, you also have to 2-hit it with Bite. So... It's a bit of a slow fight, but there's really no better alternative. Blastoise just has a bit of a tough time. In fact, the Charizard does as well on this fight, so... It's a pretty tough fight for all our racers here.
So, got the Hail to stop for Machwing. Looks like he may have to heal, depends on if he gets flinches on the Lapras or not.
Yep.
He may also want to play around crit on the
Oh,
Alakazam
Siegs just
and
died to
heal.
Alakazam.
Siegs does have a revive though. And he should still be able to kill the Alakazam. Does that Alakazam not have attacking moves other than Future Sight?
It has Psychic.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, getting Future Sight on like say if the Alakazam used Future Sight on the rat and then killed the rat, and the Future Sight hits Blastoise, it would kill the Blastoise because it does damage depending on what the rat's defense is. So it would it would actually destroy Blastoise, I believe.
Siegs dying to the Alakazam again. Calm Mind is not great.
Machwing had to heal on Lapras, but didn't get paralyzed, at least not after he healed, so gets through fairly cleanly.
Did Siegs end up saving? He did
Nope,
not
I don't
save.
believe so.
That's pretty rough. He's losing out on a couple X specials. He should be fine though. Shouldn't
The route generally does have extras, and then very often for racing we elect to buy extras anyway.
Siegs bought the minimum of what the route says, so he has a couple extras, but it's gonna be close.
Meanwhile, Machwing's starting Bruno. Looks like he's doing low EXP strats. Or maybe not, did he do... Yeah. Ooh, that's not a good critical.
So he's gonna have to kill and then super on the Hitmonchan.
Yep, so +2 and Blade and Torrent knocks everything out, and however the Hitmonchan has Mach Punch, and it will use Mach Punch if it can kill, so Machwing will have to heal out of Mach Punch range, which is a super potion. Not too bad, but a little slow. And that's good HP for Agatha as well. Because you want to enter Agatha and Torrent.
Now we're just missing the Mach Bike.
So this is going to be interesting because Siegs is actually going to, because of that white, he's going to be a little bit higher level now.
And it
He's
makes the race between him and Lovesick a little closer as well.
The Lovesick with the Charcoal route, the nifty thing you can do here is you can save all your candies for right after Giovanni 3 and get to level 51 for the Viridian Rival fight.
So Machwing is through Bruno. See how Agatha is going to treat him. Machwing is on really good pace right now. On probably like 206, 207 pace. And probably like 208 pace.
Yeah, Lovesick in the chat forgot a rare candy. So he picked up the Ward candy, which would be the extra candy, but he missed one somewhere. with the extra candy strats, you do go to level 52 for this fight. It's not too bad. You can pick up the Victory Road candy and then use it before Lorelei. Because he should be good to use one right after this fight. Agatha for Machwing. This is a pretty rough fight.
Siegs does end up making it through Viridian Rival. Machwing gets a Shadow Punch.
Ooh, and hits the
through
serve.
Minimize.
Very good.
So, Machwing is through with Agatha. Pretty clean fight.
So Lovesick's going to do a nifty little strat with Sunny Day, so he's going to actually use it to do a bit more damage. Or take some damage from the Blastoise. However, we generally use that to get Torrent or to get Blaze off of that Blastoise. Ooh, very close with the water gun critical on Lovesick. Meanwhile, yeah, Machwing getting through Agatha as well.
Siegs is teaching Strength to Blastoise, and then heading into Victory Road.
Yeah, so teaching it to Blastoise is the kind of the default option. It is a bit slower than if you were to pick up a Sandshrew or a Nidoran, because you could teach one of those to Strength. And that saves a little bit of time because you don't have to teach it over any moves.
Now here we go, Machwing heading into Lance. We'll see if he does the fast Lance strats with his Calcium that helps him with the range here. So as we were saying earlier, the fast Lance strats with 30 special attack with the Calcium goes from a 75% range to 3-ko the Gyarados to a 94% with 30, 96% with 31. So we'll see what he ends up doing here.
Yeah, generally the Calcium will give enough boost to your special to do maybe 1 or 2 more damage per hit, but because you're hitting that Gyarados 3 times, it has quite a large it makes quite a large change to the total damage done, and that's why it's such a nifty thing to do for this Gyarados in particular.
Decides to go for only an X special. Is he going to be doing X Ackless?
Interesting.
You got
Hyper Beam miss.
And the X accuracies.
Yeah, you don't need to use the X accuracy until you use Blizzard, so maybe he was just delaying it. Oh, we got Siegs making his way through Victory Road, pushing boulders, and Lovesick getting his badges checked.
Now, Machwing, all he has to do is hit the Blizzard on the Dragonite, and he's pretty much free and for champ. We're gonna see how champ treats Machwing. In the recent races, I've noticed that Machwing has not had very good luck with champ fights. Lots of crits to kill him and set him back. So we'll see if he ends up saving for this champ fight or not.
Yeah, that Aerodactyl has ancient power, and that can be kind of scary, especially if your health is kind of low. But gets through pretty cleanly there, which is good.
Siegs is now through Victory Road, and Lovesick is on the second room for Victory Road now. Machwing heading into champ and saving.
Lovesick not going to go for the candy by the looks of it in Victory Road. Which is fine, you can definitely finish the run without it.
It is now champ time for Machwing.
So Sand Attack is very nice to see here, because we're going to be using Guard Spec, and so that means Sand Attacks don't do anything.
Getting Aerial Ace here is not bad as well.
Ooh,
as
and a critical
long
as
he
well.
doesn't get crit like that. Because we want to get up to +3 if possible.
+2 works as well.
Definitely.
Looks like he'll be going to +2 only.
Yeah, he's only at +1 right now though.
Yeah, he'll get 1 off, and then the Guard Spec will die off. He does have an extra Guard Spec, so he could elect to use that. Because he didn't use 1 on Bruno, I think.
Looks
Or maybe
like
he did.
will.
Yep.
He bought 4 at Guard Spec, so...
He saved 1 somewhere, or maybe he just bought an extra. Meanwhile, Sieg's doing Lorelei. Setting up X specials. Gets Hail there, turn 2.
And now we have Lovesick entering the Victory Road Center right before E4.
Venusaur getting growth there on Machwing, which is good because now he gets two chances to hit the Blizzard. So the Venusaur will generally just use growth or Solar Beam. Solar Beam's a 2-turn move, so if he uses growth turn 1, you get an extra chance. But it doesn't have to worry about that. Lorelei starting Lorelei and no save. But if he dies, he goes back to the start of the League 4, so it's not too much time loss.
Only real time loss is your X items.
Yeah. You don't use too many X items on this fight, you generally just use 1 on with Charizard route. So he's going to be using Sunny Day in combination with an X special and hopefully getting Blaze to be able to knock out all of Lorelei's pokes.
Machwing getting dropped to 10 HP before having to heal on champ.
Alright, Lovesick's in good HP here. So he'll have to Fire Blast the Dugong and the Slowbro and then Flamethrower everything else. If he's able to do that, he's got through Lorelei pretty cleanly. Sieg's getting a flinch last turn on Lapras as well. It's very good.
And Machwing is done.
GG's to Machwing.
GG's Machwing. Looks like he's going to be ending with a low 212. 212.11 is what it's looking like.
Sieg saving for Bruno. Lovesick needs to hit this to hit a Fire Blast here. We also forgot to mention that Charizard. Ooh, he missed. That's unfortunate.
Very
Ooh, he reset. Did he
Lovesick.
save? He didn't save.
He
though.
didn't save. I think that's a DNF for Lovesick. Yep. Lovesick ended up forfeiting.
He's pretty far back. Yeah.
Back
He's on
at
Koga.
Ooh.
Oh no. That sucks. Sieg's at full HP here for Bruno, so he's gonna do... Ooh, actually he's got 31 speed, so he shouldn't be doing this strategy. He should be doing the mid HP strat. Because he's gonna get double Rock Tomb. So this is kind of a weird quirk with this strategy that you can do, which is called high HP strats, is which you use 2x specials then an X speed, because the Onyx will drop your speed until you're slower than it. Because you have 31 speed, you will not be slower than it after a speed drop. So it will use a second Rock Tomb.
So we have Machwing ending with a 212-11.
Yeah, we can pull him into the voice call later, or get the chance here.
Hello, Machwing. Good job, GG's.
Thank you. Excellent commentary. I had to unfortunately turn off the SpeedGaming channel midway through because of my internet.
So, how do you feel you did with your race today?
Well, it kind of felt like a tale of two halves RNG-wise. The start was pretty rough, seeing 2 level 4 Pidgeys and a level 5. Like, basically all the way up through, I think, Surge. It was kind of bad to meh. But then after that, I would say I was pretty lucky. I crit wheezing on Koga. I was able to fight Josh, so I didn't have to XP on either Blaine or Sabrina. I didn't miss any blizzards. Other than that, felt execution-wise, it could have been better, but I'm still happy with how I did today.
Looks like Ciegs is now through with Bruno, and Lovesick is loaded a save state, is now going through Lorelei again.
He's going to show us how the Elite Four goes for Charizard.
Even
So
though he
Ciegs,
has...
I believe, is not in Torrent for Agatha. So this will be very interesting. He's going to need to either set up to +3 on X specials, or hope that the Gengar uses Shadow Punch to knock him into Torrent.
So even though Lovesick has DNF of the race, he's still going to try and show us how the Charizard fight should go for the run, for the E4. So he's getting put into Torrent now.
Oh, that works.
And now he shall sweep Agatha.
Yeah, you can elect to equip a Citrus Berry for this fight for Charizard if you do take too much damage from the Dugong, because you do have to take quite a few heavy hits from it to get Blaze. Ciegs has somehow gotten through Agatha. Shoutouts to early Skull Bash. Normally you learn that on the next fight, because he took a death on Viridian Rival.
Now into land Ciegs goes. Ciegs yellowed every spinner except for the the Sylph Coast spinner. And didn't hit any of them.
Yeah, so for Bruno, Lovesick will have to set up an X Special and a Guard Spec, because the Onyx will spam Rock Tomb, and he will probably need to use an X Defend as well, but his defense is good enough that he can go straight into X Special here and get knocked into Blaze. And there, that's perfect. He will not need to heal for Mach Punch. That's kind of the benefit of having a Rash Charmander, because you have more defense. Ciegs dying on Lance.
Having to go back through Siegs didn't heal before Lance, so he realized that and reset.
He could have healed in battle, but gonna go for the safer play of going in fully healed. That's okay. Let's all give Siegs credit for all the spinner YOLOs. He can make a mistake here, that's fine. Lovesick finishing up Bruno. Looks like Siegs is doing the safe Lance strat, which you bite turn 1 on Gyarados, and then you set up your X special and your X accuracy, and then two hits with Blizzard.
Siegs
A little bit slower. Oh no.
He was in Hyper Beam range.
So Lovesick doing Agatha, the really great thing about this strat with the charcoal and having good speed is that you can pretty much just spam Flamethrower for the entire fight here. If you have the extra candy, you can spam Flamethrower. If you don't have that extra candy, you have to Fire Blast the Arbok. But it looks like, I'm not sure if that is extra candy level or not extra candy level, but regardless, that's a clean Agatha. Ooh, Blizz miss.
He's missing in Blizz. Gonna have to heal here. Or YOLOing it for the crit. Oh, he gets the freeze! And
Instant defrost into Hyper Beam. Oh no.
Oh no, Siegs! Third time's a charm, Siegs. I believe.
Lovesick and Siegs almost synchronized right now.
Almost.
So Lance is kind of a weird fight for Charizard as well. You have to set up a few X specials and an X speed, and then possibly use Fire Blast on a couple things. And Charizard can use X Defense on Lance to
3 HP.
take damage.
Hyper
Oh wow.
If Siegs misses at all, he's gonna have to reset again.
But he does have to heal in Aerodactyl.
Yes, he does.
No, don't heal here.
Heal.
Unless he's out of blizzards.
No, he should still have one. Okay.
Now Lovesick stalling for damage on Gyarados with Pokeballs. Ooh, into the
And
switch. That's interesting.
Flying.
That's something you don't see. Don't throw a ball. It'll kill you with Ancient Power.
And
He did X
Siegs
defend.
now
Oh.
lands. Lovesick over here trying to be a thief. And Siegs saving for champ.
Alright, let's give Siegs some blessings
Hopefully
through
it
this
crits.
fight.
He
He
did
just
not
reset.
heal an elixir.
Oh no.
Siegs having these small mistakes.
He did save though. That's good.
And now we go back into the champ fight. Hopefully the last time. So put the guards back.
Meanwhile, Lovesick is got a good setup for Lance going. He's got Blaze. He's got set up sufficiently. He's gonna have to hit one Fire Blast on Dragonite though. He should be fine. Is he at +2 or +3?
+2, I think.
Ooh. Should still be okay. He
Might
just
be
needs to heal.
+3.
He's +3. He can skip the X-Ack and go Bite Surf on
Yeah.
Venusaur.
He's going X-Aculus.
Damn. That works, I guess.
Siegs throwing up some risk out here.
He will have to heal on the Gyarados, though.
Correct.
Unless he wants to go for Bite Flinch.
30% flinch, will he go for it? Siegs is out of X accuracy.
Ah, that would do it.
As Lovesick is going for champ fight now. Siegs healing on the Gyarados.
Oh, Lovesick healing in the battle on Pidgeot.
And
Little
Siegs
risky.
getting a crit on the bites. Hitting this second 70% blizzard. And now Siegs will be through. GG Siegs. Looks like Siegs will be finishing with a 228.36.
So Lovesick here in Blaze. He turned on the sun. I'm not sure if he's set up enough that he can go for a Fire Blast here. He probably is. Okay. Yep. So he'll need to heal on Arcanine, but he should be fine otherwise, because he turned on the sun early. So if you actually turn on the sun on Blastoise and let Blastoise hit you, the Executor will outspeed you, because in the sun it will be faster because of its ability Chlorophyll. But because Lovesick turned on the sun on Pidgeot, the sun will die off before Executor can get a chance to go. So it should be fine to get through to the Arcanine, and it'll just heal there.
And
GG's to
finishing
Siegs.
with a 228. GG's, y'all. And if we want to get the Siegs and Lovesick both in here, we have Siegs in
Yeah.
the setup, and then we're just waiting on Lovesick to get in here. Probably gonna join up after he's done with his fight. Hello, Siegs. How are you today?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
How'd you feel about
GG's.
that run? GG's.
GG's, Mock, if you're still here. How did I feel about the run? I felt great at first. After I think I was tied with Mock pretty much through Rock Tunnel, and then that's when it all kind of just fell apart. A few little mistakes here and there. That Koga fight didn't go exactly how I planned. I probably should have healed and fought rather than subbing out using the revive and stuff. But I think that stuff will come with like experience. You know, I'm pretty new to this, so I'm just still trying to get the feel for it. That's part of the reason why I YOLO everything is I'm not great at, especially like the walk to run to walk, bag to run, all that. I'm still working on those mechanics. So we just
certainly exciting.
send it. Yeah. And then obviously we had to do left Sabrina.
Of course. We had back Sabrina, you got right Sabrina, now you got left Sabrina.
Exactly.
That might be the first ever left Sabrina in the history of this game
Well,
for speedrunning. So
I feel good about that. At least that's one thing. That's one good thing to take away.
That
from this.
Koga definitely was not on your side though.
Yeah, that first Koga fight with the toxic and all, it really did a number there on the run as a whole. And then even not saving before Viridian Rival, that didn't help either, because then I had to kind of maneuver my way through the Elite Four in a weird way. But I will, you know, like I said, more experience I'll get better.
Make sure you done in the
Oh, did I not done?
No. Welcome Lovesick.
Yo, what's up?
How do you feel about your run today?
It was going so okay, and then Koga tilted me really bad, and it just fell apart from there. And it's feeling greedy at the end, and I just panic and soft reset every time I die. I don't know. It's just a habit. Yep.
That's always a terrible feeling to have when you soft reset and then it's like I'm all the way back at Koga.
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't hit any optionals. So
you hit the Butterfree trainer though.
oh, that's part of the route. But did you like that early flamethrower?
No, I did. That was very, very interesting. I was wondering why you were doing that, but
yeah,
no, that was good.
Cool. Shoutouts to Machwing and Iron for the strats. Couldn't have done it without them. Yep.
Yeah, no problem. There's the new Lovesick modification as well. So
No. Well, yeah, I used the extra nugget to buy like X accuracies and extra guard specs in case I wanted
Yep.
to set up more, but it didn't happen. But it's okay. It was fun. GG's to you guys. You guys were great.
Yeah, GG's. I had a lot of fun.
GG Siegs. GG. Can't talk. GG Lovesick.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really
And
fun
no-
race.
Yeah,
one
I had a
said
lot of
yes to
fun as
Bill.
well. That was the no one said yes to Bill.
Well, with that, I think we're gonna be heading off. The next race will actually be Thursday the 8th, and that's actually gonna be Iron versus Daniel versus Blake. So our commentator from today, Iron Dre, will be racing in our next race.
And I'll be there commentating. We'll flip roles.
Yep.
oh great.
Well, with that, I think we're gonna say goodbye. Hope everyone has a good night, and peace out.
See ya, everybody.
Yeah.
GG's, y'all.
Yeah,
GG's again.
GG's, guys.